and we're just getting some things behind the scenes set up and ready to go. One thing I did not get a chance to look at on SimBrief. Let me do that here real quick. Oh, it's because I haven't done it. That's why I didn't know. Pounds, 45 minutes. We're going with same load, which isn't bad, 140 people. I know it's cargo. Why would there be people? Whoops. Famous last words on most cockpits. Oops. 23 left, 12 right. Now, just to preview, departure winds obviously are going to be the same, 190 at 18. So really almost direct cross. Coming into St. Louis, they are 200 at 21, gusting to 31. Folks, I don't care what airport you're talking about, that sucks because the 624s, while long enough, they're only 6,000 feet long. And this guy, after having all that trouble, he's going to try for the longer runways. So we're going to set up for 12 right, which will bring us in closer to FedEx. So a bit shorter than 12 left. But if I do everything right, I shouldn't blow tires and I should be able to make it into the ramp. Thanks for flying with Mike. All right, so let me just do a quick create over here. Reason I try to set up like I do, well, maybe, actually, I'm going to do it. You know, I watch a guy on streaming who just takes what the system gives him. So that's what I'm going to do. So here's Sim Toolkit. I can adjust what I've got set up over here on my professional flight planner. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Create a new flight plan. We're going to depart KIND for KSTL. Put in that aircraft. 811 is our call sign. Flight number 811. Oops, my bad. 811. There is no real flight on this one, folks. Okay, well, we are definitely not going to make an 1819 departure, but we are going to try for 55. Lido, and we'll be in pounds. All right, let's see what good old FlightAware is going to give me. I think that's what it is. Well, we're about to find out. Oh, I get it right. What did they give me? Hopefully the route that I put in. Okay, they went with that one. Well, darn it. I'm going with... And we're not taking 2-4. 12 right with a 200. Wow, that's an 80-degree cross. Holy mackerel. But it's worse on the 3 zeros. So update. File. Now, one thing that happened in the crash I have not done yet. We are ghosted, as it said there. So all we do, hang on, let me show that here real quick. Okay, in the background, you'll see up in the top, it's hard to see, but it'll say ghosted. So what you do is you go into plugins, go to POSCONs, request unghost. You are no longer there. Bingo. Now I'm going to file my flight plan. FedEx 811, 1855. I think we can do it. And we're going to submit. This will give me my frequency to switch to on common traffic. Maybe. What happened? Okay. How do I cancel my flight plan? Huh. Let me try something. This is something new again. Ooh, what's going on over here? Is that my plane? Saw that black smoke. Don't know where it's coming from, but it's not where my plane was. All right, hang on a second, folks. Okay. All right, I don't know how to cancel a flight plan. That really sucks. All right, so we're kind of in a hold right now, folks. Hang on. Here, let me do this. Oh, that's what we saw the black smoke from. Okay. Okay. How do I cancel a flight plan? Try this one more time. Okay, so we went to the 1900s and now I've got it filed. I don't get it because I'm going to be wanting to go a lot earlier. Okay, well, folks, we finally got the flight plan filed. Actually, no, we didn't. Okay, you know what? I know one thing I can do. I'm done trying to screw around with this, folks. We're just going to log out. Now, the aircraft on final, folks, that is live traffic. That is really landing right now in Indy. Let's see where the other one went. Now, they only show up so long as um, as long as their system allows them to show on FlightAware or Flight Radar. But a lot of these that you see here, folks, are static. Some could be those, but I think if they got ladders up to them, my guess is pretty much static. All right. I don't even know how the heck I'm going to be able to tell when I can log back in. Oh, you're not even seeing. Good Lord. I am just such frazzled right now after that landing. There we go. All right. So that way you can watch that while I try to figure out what's going on POSCON. Worst case scenario, we're not going to fly on POSCON. So we're going to try to log in again. Okay, I'm still in Ghost. All right, I am going to try this one more time. Really getting kind of tired of it. Damn it. Yeah, I now know what I did wrong. I should have clicked cancel flight plans, so that would have closed out, but oh well. We're going to try. We're just going to go offline. Sorry, folks. Actually, worst case scenario. See if friends at FatSim are looking up at flying. See if they're going to be friendly today. Looks potential. Let's do it. Sorry, POSCON. We're going to go over to FatSim. So bear with me as I fire that up. All right, so you can see XPilot is fired up. 1 second here. Now we're going to get things rolling here. Okay, so we're going to bring Sim Toolkit back over. Now, we're going to go to Flight Controls, FatSim, sign in. Okay, and we are going to have to alter to 19.0. Okay, so File, Flight Plans filed. Okay, folks. For all of you out there, thank you for flying with Mike. We are sitting here on the ground in Indianapolis. We're going to go through the pre-flight brief real quick so I can also get another program up and running at the same time. I've got things all over the place on this desk, so stand by. There we go. Okay. For the loadout today, well, continuation. Sim toolkit was so nice, or to load us with a heavy load. Okay, so that's going to be fun. So that's going to overweight us. So hang on, 38. Okay, so we're going to lower this. Whoops. Okay, so they're wanting 38,740, 38. That's close enough. Fuel, got our 30% route. And alternate is back to Indy. No, Memphis. That's what I thought. Okay, let's do a quick compute. Takeoff data we'll throw in real quick. And I'm doing this all on Professional Flight Planner. Unfortunately, is on another computer. 2-3 left. And they're going to probably put us on 2-4. Oh, they actually put us on runway 6. Oh, we are coming in on 12 left. My bad. That's the 10,000 foot runway. Fix this real quick. Actually, it's 9,000. But anyway, let me go back in here and make that change. Update. Update. Okay, so back to the loadout. 38,740. We've got our all right, we'll go there. What the? Three, 519. Okay, so I got everything. Low. Can't see Sim Toolkit. Should be showing for you, Orb. Now that was a few minutes ago. There we go. All right, so compute. Do a quick update on my takeoff and landing report. If I could just get the flap settings set right, we'll go for 30. There we go. And update. Release. reason I do it on both, Professional Flight Planner will give me the V speeds. That SimBrief will not. All right, so we're back into Sim Toolkit now. Everything's up to date. So we got a cost index of 85. Fuel for today's flight will be 14,000. I'm going to go with 16,448. That's what Professional Flight Planner recommends. So we'll go with that. We got an alternate of Memphis. So real quick, 239 miles in the air. Here's our routing to Memphis. And here's our weight breakdown, or time, should be 1 hour. And then, unless of course we do a go around, 168 people, we've got a zero fuel weight of 133,500, actually breaks down to 519. So there you go, folks, real quick with the winds. It's windy here, it's windy in Indy, windy in St. Louis. It's a real short run, 230 miles. No significant. It's starting to show the thunderstorms we're getting tonight here in the area I live of St. Louis. These will be down here tonight. Hint for anyone that wants to do some thunderstorm flying. They'll be over St. Louis later today. 24. Oh, I didn't look for the cruise altitude. They're saying 30. I'm going to go for 20. I don't think we can make 30,000 in the parameters of the departure arrivals. So we're going to do 26 and see what we can do. So at 24, we've got pretty much a headwind all the way in. 30,000. Also, same headwind, just a little stronger, as you would expect. So there you go, folks. There's our pre-brief. Let's hop into the cockpit and accept this cockpit and get rolling, because I'd like to try to really do this. All right, so we're going for a second flight. Let me turn on VATSIM so y'all can see us. We're in FedEx 811. Connecting. Flight plan. Fetch. Oh, jumping the gun here. Okay, everything looks good. File. All right, folks, and let me get Sim Toolkit out of the face there so y'all can see what's going on. There we go. And all right, so let me just take a breath here, slow things down so I don't get ahead of myself. All right, so we got that. We need to get FedEx filed. Okay. And then we can get into getting this plane into the air. Okay, I got FedEx up here real quick. Same thing like we did before. Before we hit that, we're going to put this information in. Let me back that up here. We got our load sheet up. Yep, sure do. Okay. There we go. So we're in KIND. We're going to KSTL. We're going to put in 26. We may make 28. And our flight plan. Okay, copy. Paste. Okay, go back to main and start. And dispatch will now have our information in here. Perfect. All right. And Okay, so we've got ourselves filed. We're on the board in VATSIM. And the nice thing here is I don't have to have as many things up. All right, so okay, folks, so here we go into the pre-flight checks. Battery is, of course, on. Of course, I'm on the wrong page. Standby power is on. Ground power is on, and we're on ground up here. Cabin, wait a minute, let's go all the way up to the top. Get these guys starting because that's the longest. Okay, we're in a line. They're on. Okay, looking good. Off. Test. Align. 7 minutes. Okay. Coming down, we've got utility and IFE. These two switches are on. Emergency lights are off. I'm going to turn that on. Exterior lights set. Anti-collisions off. Window heat is required. Probe heat, anti-ice, engine pumps are, probe heat, anti-ice set, engine 1 and 2 are off, or on. Electric 1 and 2 are off. Fuel pumps are all off. Trim air is on. That's right here, folks, for those not familiar with the plane. Isolation valve is this one. It's on. Left and right recirculators are here on. Auto. Auto for the packs. Engine bleeds are on. We're set for 26,000. I think Lambert is 600 feet above sea level. So we'll set that. And fasten seatbelts will stay where it's at. We get some fuel into the plane real quick. Go here. Okay. Just loading the plane real quick. Okay. Oh, sorry about that, folks. Okay, payload total. Need to bring that up. 38,000. So we'll put okay, so we're at 30,770. That's actually 30 pounds over what we're forecast. That's good. Come back. Fuel again is, got the wrong screen up, 16,448. Put that in, go back, click the fuel truck, and now we're fueling. Oops, let me keep that there. All right, so back to here. Don't know why it says nav date out of sync. Get some lights going just in the outset. Okay, they're already up. Sorry. I really hate X-Plane for that. Okay. Well, crud. Okay, since we're almost out of time, We'll just come down here and get her aligned. So everything looks good here. We're now in KIND. Put that there. Drop down. Still on the same date. Previous page, back in. Looks good. To here, KSTL. It's going to be a rough flight to put in here, folks. FDX811. Next. I think we only have one fix. TTH. But as always, I double check. Paperwork says TTH is what we're direct. And that's it, folks. Go over here to FMC. Okay. Progress. 199. Sim Toolkit. 239, 198. Okay, so we're good. We're right in there. Come back. Departure runway. We do not have a departure here, folks. So all we got to do is click 23 left. Execute. Check the legs. Yep. Still no problems. We are going to go ahead, put in Arch 2, ACARS, and okay. Bear with me a second, folks. Bear with me here. I'm pulling up charting so I make sure I select the right runway. Okay. All right, so we're out 23 left. Arrival, Arch. Okay. And KSTL for the chart. Right. Okay. Now hold on here. 12 left. I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong one. 12 left. Okay. I was about ready to say, what the heck? I don't know if it's going to show our parking gates or not. It does not. While I'm here, I'll go ahead and put Indy in here. Okay, there we go. All right, so it is 12 left. One more time. I think I did it again. It will go ahead and do that. Okay, we'll take that transition. Okay, go back to the route page. I think we're full of fuel. We'll check. But we're going to first check our legs, which will be boom. Okay, perfect. All right, everything looks like it should. All right, so let's look at our fuel truck. It is empty, or it has been filled. So we're going to continue on. to the perf. What did we? 16. .4. Okay. Okay. All of that set up now. Okay, so zero fuel weight, 16.4. Reserve. Oh, that's a good question. 7.8. We're going to go with 8. Cost index 8.5 to 6,000. Okay, and our average wind 242 at 5.3. Yes, folks, that is a headwind. Unable cruise altitude. Well, guess what? We're going to shoot for it nonetheless. Okay. Yeah, they actually showed us on flight professional flight planner at 32,000. Wow. No. 26 is really a stretch. We're gonna keep it just like it is. Go to the N1. And send. Okay, unfortunately the stuff I do is on another computer. Just getting this loaded up. I hate this part that I do it on another computer and y'all can't see it. Update everything. 23 left. And we don't need the 5s. 1, 4, 3, 2. Okay, ACARS takeoff data. Okay, so 423 left. Looks like a D rate of, good Lord, we're going to do this again. What's the margin? 1,300 feet. Okay, cool. All right, so 51. We're doing a takeoff TO. We're going to climb at climb 1, so maybe we can get up a little quicker. I don't know if that works that way or not. Go to the takeoff page. Put the CG in. Go to the next page for the winds. Current weather, 1754. So we're coming up on about an hour old. 221. Oh, jeez. 200. Welcome to the Midwest this past few days. And the heading on this is 230. K1500. And next page. And we are doing flaps 1, I am assuming. I hate to assume, that's why I'm looking at the sheet. Flaps 1. Okay, so for our V speeds at this configuration, 1 1.5. You know what? We're going to do this for safety. Then we got 153. 153. 5.75 there. All right, folks, we have the FMS now fully aligned. And again, our margin here will have 1,350 feet remaining. All right, so continuing on from there. All right, so we're going to come up to the altimeter. Altimeter setting is still 3011. Okay. APU bleed is off. We're done fueling, so we can actually begin setting up the setting up the fire up the APU. Left is on. And holding that down. I think I'd have been real close on missing that time. So I'm kind of glad I gave myself an extra 10 minutes. And then once the APU's fired up and the gens are on, we'll make sure to move that voltmeter up to APU gen. Okay, she's firing up. While we wait. Start that process up. APU is settling down, and what I'm watching is the EGT meter for the APU. APU gens are on. Let me just make sure I do this in order. Okay, gens on first. APU bleed on. APU gen on. That, folks, takes us to actual pre-flight. So for that, let's come down to here. Flight directors on. Auto throttles off. We're at, what was it, 153, I think it was. So 163. 230, 26. Might try for 28 if we make it and we got plenty of room. Otherwise, I ain't gonna worry about it. Sorry for the clearing of the throat there, folks. Okay, now. Lost my place. There we go. Fuel flow switch reset. We'll do a quick 1, 2. Okay. Now we do the minimums. So we'll come over here. There's my radio altitude. Baro, we're at 760, so whoa, why's my baro so high? Oh, I know why. Most of this stayed on, didn't it? Wow. Didn't know that when I reset the flight, so that's good enough. So there's my baro. Flight directors are set. Everything's set down here. We'll turn that off for now. Come over to 6. We should be okay. Turn that off as well. Okay. Oh, reset that out. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Wow. I wasn't ready for that, folks, to be totally honest. All right, so landing gear lever down right here. Very hard to see, but right there. Flaps. Well, first off, let's do it in order. Speed brakes down detent. Actually, probably be easier to see this way. Flaps are 0 and 0 on the gauge. Thrust levers are closed. Reverse thrusters, which are back into back, are down. Very temperamental. Engine start levers are in cutoff. Parking brake set. And now, folks, the yaw damper can be turned on because we're aligned. While we're here, let's put that back in position. And just doing a real quick check. Okay, we look like we're ready to seat passengers. So, folks, let's do the departure brief right now while we're getting passengers on board. I am not going to do all of those checklists. We're going to go through this one, which, oh, they're already, they don't reset. Wow. Nice. Okay. I'm not going to worry about them. Okay, passengers coming on. Actually, cargo. So let's do the departure and arrival brief here, folks. So that way, get them both out of the way because we are not going to have a lot of time on this flight. So with that, I'm going to come over to this view and I'm going to bring Sim Toolkit up. Hang on a second here. I know it's not showing. Hang on, fading it in. All right, we got the overlay now on and the Discord. If you're interested in joining us on Discord, it's there. We do appreciate y'all joining us. If you like what you're hearing and seeing, please be mindful. This is my first turnaround flight on Twitch. So, and I did not go offline. So, please forgive me if it seems real choppy, like I'm kind of rushing. It's because I kind of am, but I really am not. I've got to learn how to do this better on PosCon because something I didn't do right. All right, so we have a Sim Toolkit up here. Again, real quick, going over the weather. It was updated just about an hour ago. Yeah, just about an hour ago. Still 221 on the winds. They gust to 39. 10 miles of visibility, scattered layered 6,000, broken at 15, broken at 25,000, 21 degrees Celsius outside. Temp and the altimeters have been set to 3011. St. Louis, just some quick gee-whiz information. Actually, we'll go over it on the charts. The elevation for the airfield is 796 feet. Transitions 18,000. We are going to use 23 left. Heading though is 230. It's a 10,000 foot runway. Let me see if I can make this look better for you. Sorry for that. I did not catch that. We'll do that real quick. Do an update. Oh, not that one. Update the plan. Actually, we are going to go to VATSIM, update plan, and update overall. And there we go. 23 left, as you can see, is 10,000 feet with a 230-degree heading. Slight slope up. We are, I think it was 790 we saw on the arrival. We'll verify when we get on. St. Louis, on the other hand, is 618 feet above sea level. We will be landing 12 left, closest runway to FedEx there. Transition 18,000. No big change there. Heading of 123 though on the runway. I'm sorry, yeah, for the runway heading. Okay, so let's get NavGraph over here. Here shows the routing. We do not have a SID out of Indianapolis. However, what we will do, we are parked over here in FedEx. Like the screen in the original said, I am in spot 10. I do see something I do want to do here. Let's see here. And here. Here's the METAR for Indianapolis, Indiana. Wow. And St. Louis. Basically, I could sum it up. I could make $1 million as a forecaster today, folks. It's windy. Period. End of discussion. On to sports. Make a lot of you out there happy they'd be on sports real quick. But anyway, I just put in the routing in case you're curious. I am in FedEx spot 10 in X-plane. So just so you know, so if you don't want to come up on the aircraft, you know where I'm at. Again, we are on VATSIM. So those of you out there that have been asking me to be on VATSIM, you got your wish. All right, so continuing on with this departure brief with the charts. So like I said, we're in spot 10 here. We're going to push back facing northwest, taxi onto Delta to Delta 1 and take off. Pretty simple taxi out, and then we just fly direct. We'll probably get up about 5, we'll get a straight shot out like they do, and then we'll ease over towards Terre Haute, which is Tango Tango Hotel, over to ACARS and on course. Now, that takes care of the departure, folks. They're really, like I said, let me zoom out. We'll get the frequencies here. ATIS is 134.25. Going across the top, if ATC comes up, that's what we got. Okay, folks, that wraps up departure. Now going over to the arrival brief, because I don't think we're going to have much time. We're going to be coming in from the fix ACARS, which is right here. Terre Haute's somewhere in this ballpark. So ACARS is where we come. 1-2 left. So from Petty, which is right here, ACARS here, we have to fly these. We got to make sure we're above 11, below 31 at UCLA, UK, Arch above 11 at 280, Petty, and then we're on to Kira, still at 280 at 15 and 11, and then we make our descents and get down to decent speeds. All right, but anyway, the instructions are from Petty, track 249 to Kira, track to Jack, track to Choto, track to Giti, Hirby, then Buell. There's where we'll give vectors for the final approach. Buell, you'll just track 301 if you haven't given vectors yet. And that translates out to this. Arch, 11,000. Petty, there is no restrictions. 280 Kiri, I guess that is KRIYA, 11 to 15,000. So we'll set for 11. Jack is 11 to 10,000. Choto 10 to 8,000. 240. Giti, we got to be at 210, and that'll be the rest of the routing here till we turn on to final. Between 8 and 7, above 5 at Herbie, 5,000 at Buell. Period. End of discussion. Coming in on the 12 left, we fly over my daughter's house, or very close to it. We are planning Ruin, but altitude-wise, we could turn in at Mufti or Irby. That's these 3 fixes. So we'll see how we do when we get there. But across the top, there's our frequencies. Should they come up, ATIS in St. Louis is 125.025. The localizer, 108.9. Final approach is 123. Creep, which is right there. We got to be at 2,500 feet or on glide slope. Decision altitude 741, which is 200 feet above altitude before the airfield. Touchdown is 541 feet, substantially lower than the airfield, so it's 615. Those familiar with Lambert, who like me used to watch airplanes all the time in the great old TWA era, where the area you could watch airplanes back then in the 90s and early 2000s. I mean real early, because 2001 American had them. You would watch the airplanes come over the hill and down, where the other one there was no hill. It was really a neat approach thing, but there was a hill that they came down over and in. So now it's a tunnel and nobody can park and watch airplanes. I digress. Missed approach, we climbed to 2,500 feet, then climbing left turn up to 3,000. Direct toy, or Troy, VOR, identified, actually I'm shocked it's not on here, 116.0 Tango Oscar uniform. And again, that's Troy. The name of it, identified Tango Oscar uniform, toy. We know the transition. Down here is the visual of how we come in. And then this is the pictorial. Of course, it's St. Louis. We're gonna have all of the lights you expect for the advanced lighting system 2. Reels, Pappies will be on the right-hand side of the runway. Here's the picture idea of the missed approach, and below all of that is your minimum data. Minimums, meaning minimum that you can fly in on. Mind you, we can auto land on this airport. This is a Cat 1 approach, but I can, if necessary, pull up the Cat 2 and 3. All right, the big thing is we just have to maintain a north of the field 2,300 feet. Below it, we can't go below 2,800 feet or we'll start hitting things. Alrighty, folks. Now, that wraps up both the arrival and departure brief. However, the one thing we did not cover are V speeds. And what I'm going to first do, so I, don't forget, is get rid of sim brief. And 2, the V speeds for takeoff, again, remember it's V1, 146. We'll do this again right before entering the runway. V rotate 153, V2's 153, climb out 163. All right, folks, that wraps up the arrival or takeoff brief. And we got most of the arrival in. We'll get into the V speed for the arrival closer to St. Louis. All right, so let's get set up now for the push and start. All right, we'll do this one real quick because, oh wait, we don't have that one. Disregard. All right, so push and start. We're going to come up to the top panel, System B, which is this one. We turn on electric. Fuel pumps all on, meaning down. Anti-collision light, well, we'll get that here as soon as we call him. Okay, like I said, we're going to face northwest.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
We are ready.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
All right, folks, now we'll continue on. So back up to the top, anti-collision light on, off, off. Keep forgetting to do one thing. Ah, they already locked. Forgot to close up the doors. But I'm glad they catch them for me. Okay. All right, so, and the auto throttles, they say to arm now. I'm going to wait till the runway.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Okay, once he connects, let me get over here. We're going to go ahead and start the timer now. And we are ready for the before start checklist. Basically, well, actually, we've just done the before start checklist. We're going to start with the engines. As soon as he says we're good to push back, we'll release the parking brakes. Then make sure the fuel pumps are on. Again, we're starting number 2 first, which is on the right, then number 1. And then we'll turn the packs off and get going.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Okay, parking brakes released.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Okay, so we make sure the fuel pumps are off. Logo light and anti-collision on. I know I turned that on. I don't know what happened. Must have hit something. Packs have to go off. If you don't do any of that there, folks, none of these engines are going to start. Okay, so now I feel comfortable starting. So again, we're in the left, so we go to ground. And I'm going to kind of zoom in. There's 10. We're watching N2. I was going to say, did that say N1? Okay, we'll move up to idle. As soon as the EGT and the fuel flow come up, guess what? We got a light off. There's that. And we got a light off. Fuel flow came up. Oil pressure's coming up. And then what I want to do now is pull back a little. Swing up here, because at 52 to 56 down here, the switch is going to go. And then the start valve is going to close. Cut out, starter cut off. We can now start cranking on number 1 as soon as we set that parking brake.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Okay. Parking brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Starting number 1. Oh, wrong way. Okay, and again, we're watching N1. Make sure it gets to above 17. Well, we can try to do this below 25. Okay, so we're at 14. There's 17, so I'm going to go ahead and roll it up to idle. He can wait a minute. Want to make sure we have a good light off. And we do. Okay. While we're waiting. Okay. Switch just moved to 56. Valves out. Starter cut out.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the right. We'll see you next time and have a great flight.
Perfect, and thanks for flying with Mike. All right, yaw dampers on. Okay, APU. All right, so let's continue on. I got the gens 1 and 2 on. We're going to go this way. It makes it a little easier. Yaw dampers on. Where were we? 1 and 2 is on. Yep. System A on. AC/DC to Gen 1. Probe heat and anti-ice as required on. I don't think we need, I'm going to go ahead and turn engine ice on for now. Packs back on. We can turn that off. APU is going off. All right, taxi procedure. Flaps set to 1. They're in transit. Taxi lights on. We're going to do a quick, even though we were working fine, it's a new flight, new things could have happened. So let's check our surfaces. Left, right. Down, up. Okay, and then left, right. Okay, we're good there. And runway turn-off lights and lights as required. All right, so just had a quick update from the CEO of Flying with Mike, the wife, or as a friend of mine calls, the wife unit. She's going for a walk. I am getting ready to go flying to St. Louis here on Flying with Mike with y'all. All right, so parking brake off. Flaps are set to 1. Trim needs to go 2. Right there. Flaps off. We're going to try that, see what happens. Got no indications of an inappropriate, and reject takeoff set. Okay, here we go, folks. Taxiing out to taxiway Delta. I don't like the way they've got this set up. I think that, oh well. Can't complain. It's free. Because I know they do park 2 on the other side. I mean, they park them down both sides, so it's quite amazing to see at night here. Daytime maybe not as much, although there's quite a bit of aircraft in here, as you saw landing earlier as we were trying for the first time to set up. But if you folks feel free to join us here out of Indianapolis, we've just left the FedEx terminal, heading out to taxiway Delta to runway 23 left. We'll see you at the end. All right, folks, we are at the end of the runway here for 23 left. We just got a few checks to do, and then we'll be good, cleared for takeoff here. All right, so let's get stopped here. Let's run that before takeoff checklist. Engine start switches to continuous, so that'll be up top here. Make sure we have 3 technicians aboard. Get them in their seats. Okay, runway turn-off lights will stay on. We'll turn to strobes when we enter the runway, and the landing lights. Heading down to the bottom, let's go to TARA. And heading bug set for the runway. Get that turned on, that and that, which is VNAV and LNAV. Oh, LNAV does not want to set. Be that way. We'll get it in flight, not a big deal. All right, lower ECAM. I don't know why that's got to be blank. Anyone that's a 737 real-world pilot, please tell me why that has to be blank. I would love to know, because it just doesn't make sense. All right, so we've got everything set here. Hang on a second, except for traffic on both. This one I've got it set for weather. This one I'm setting for terrain. And a quick look over. Okay, so we'll start the clock. As soon as we get moving here, we'll turn the strobes on. As soon as we're ready to take off, we'll turn the landing lights on. Okay, so what we'll do on the takeoff, we're going to bring the throttles up to 60%. Once they stable, we'll be already down the runway. We'll hit toga. and then we'll hit V1. Again, V1, 146. You'll hear V rotate at 153 as well as V2. At 400, retract the landing gear. Auto brakes will go off. First officer can be doing that. Engine switches to auto once we stabilize our climb and all of that. I'm not getting too worried about them. 10,000 feet, we'll kick the landing lights off. 18,000, set standard by clicking STD on the altimeter knobs. Folks, that's our runway brief. Indianapolis traffic, FedEx 811, departing runway 23 left. Okay, there we go, folks. Thanks for flying with Mike. If you like what you're hearing, seeing, and attempting to do this first time out, by all means. Whoops. Let us know in the chat and click follow. That way you know the next time we go live. Also, if you're watching us on YouTube, click follow or subscribe, I'm sorry. And that just lets us know you like what you're seeing in this video. Plus, thumbs up would be nice too over there on YouTube. All right, so here we go for the runway, folks. Now, strobes all the way up. Second button here, all the way up, turns the strobes on. And let me go outside, let you see. Nobody's chimed, so guess what? Oh, you know why they probably did not chime? Haha, we're on a different network. Okay, so we're rolling. Indianapolis traffic, FedEx 811, departing runway 23 left. Okay, we are on the right frequency this time. Oh yeah, forgot we were on POSCOM before. They use a whole different type of radio system. They try to be more realistic. In a way, kind of funky how they did that. It made me, I'm going to have to change, I think, the way my radio is set up in here. Okay, coming around for runway heading. And we'll settle for that. Okay, landing lights on. Engines continuous. Start the clock. And again, folks, thanks for flying with Mike. Here we go. Okay, stabilized. Getting it on runway heading. Kick it.
$80 knots.
Okay, there's 80. You got to get a little squirrely here, folks.
V1. Rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up.
Traffic. 400.
Had a feeling we'd need more trim.
Clear of conflict. 1,000.
Okay. All right, folks, we're off the ground. And we're going to go ahead and let the autopilot do the rest from here. And I do see something I want to just get out of there just so it's not a Henderson to us. Okay. And we are now accelerating. Okay, so let's do the after takeoff checklist. So we're flaps starting to retract, auto brake off. Landing gear off. And we're going to go direct. So let's spin this out a little bit. Call LNAV. All right, and we are set for a good bank. All right, so we are climbing away. Auto switches can go back to auto now. All right, we've got the inboard lights off. The underbellies are still retract or down and on. And we're through 6,000, climbing up. Flaps are coming up. Okay, and all that'll do is hold us at 240. Okay, we got LNAV on. Let's make sure it grabs. Okay, and there we go, turning on course. All right, folks, we are on our way. After takeoff checklist, altimeters will be updated, and we'll turn the landing lights off at 10,000. Okay, 10,000 feet. If this were a passenger flight, we'd be turning off the no electronics at this point, but it's not. So we continue on. I want to watch something here a little more closely, so we'll go from this view. For now, we don't have to worry about it, but there you go, folks. You get to see her in flight one more time. Direct Terre Haute. And for now, I'm going to be on the side here, folks. Feel free to chat away in the chat room. Feel free to make predictions on the landing. Hopefully we'll have 6 sets of tires, 6 tires on it when we land and not blow any like we did before. Hopefully it'll be a nice landing. For those of you that missed it, for some reason it didn't close up on N1. So that the reversers would deploy. However, we got her airborne quick enough. We didn't have any problems there. Went around and came back in, landed pretty decently. Just couldn't taxi because I blew all the tires. So we're going to try getting to St. Louis. This time try and keep the tires on so we can taxi into FedEx. But you never know what'll happen when you fly with Mike. So thank you for flying. And we'll be back with you here shortly. And it looks like the bird wants to play porpoise, so hopefully that doesn't become a problem here soon. Alright, so we'll set that. Terre Haute's right ahead at 23 miles. And folks, top of descent will not come very fast after top of climb. So, real quick, Okay, weather is still 220, gusts to 34 in St. Louis. Oh, this is going to be so much fun. Not. And we'll kind of do it now. The arrival V speeds are going to be right at about 149, 156. We'll see if those play out right. But we'll see. We should, if I do everything right, have 3,000 feet left when we land. Actually 3,400 feet. So we'll hope. Hope for the best. Hope we get in there okay. So, but it should be fun. We got a hell of a crosswind, but it's been that way all week long here in St. Louis. So here we go, folks, heading into my home city. Should be there in about 45 minutes to an hour. Okay, we just crossed transition. And we're going to go ahead and let the handlers do what the handlers do. Get in auto there. And with 18,000, we're beginning to settle down. So, folks, we're going to start some music here so we at least have some entertainment so you don't have to constantly listen to me. And you all feel free to chat. Feel free. I would love to chat with you in there. Or if you want to, hit that Discord channel. You can see the link there. I'll be pulling that away on Descent so you can all get a better look at all the gauges coming in as well, and I'll keep the overlay up though. So for now, we want to say thank you for flying with Mike, and like I said, put your predictions in. It's asterisk predict and then the number, put a minus sign in front of it. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and put one in there so you all can kind of get a feel how it works. All right, there you go, folks. You got an example in there now for you. Also, while I'm here, there you go. The latest and greatest as of a half hour ago.
Thousand to go. 1,000 to go.
All right, folks, sorry for that silence there. I was actually doing some calculations here. I'm going to go ahead and set for 11,000. That way we're good for the first fix of, I'm sorry, the jack, which is, well, under 11,000, or Kira, which is the bottom end of it is 11,000, and then we'll work our way in from there. Also want to sorry folks, coughs came over me again. And I think what I'm gonna do is get past UK, where we had to be below 31, and then start down. which is about 5 miles from now. So again, right now we're estimating our landing at 100 and actually I don't need to estimate. Hang on. Close. Close. Landing weight right now is 146. Sorry for that sniffle. Actually, that is pretty doggone close. Okay, so we'll see what we come up with here. All right. And we are going to start down now. Hang on. There's our descent started. We're going to go ahead and set it at 30 degrees flaps, 149 indicated. For VREF approach will be 160 again. Again, folks, this is a very short flight. They call it an hour estimated, but ultimately it's an hour to Dayton, Ohio. So it's obviously there's a 100-mile difference there. So it is shorter. But by the time I guess you do the procedures and all, it's an hour. We'll see. We got all our clocks going. All right, so we're down. We just got to be, arch has to be above 11,000. And then, like I said, Kiri, K-R-I-Y-A. We have to be slowed to 280. And between 15 and 11,000. I kind of inhaled a hamburger here, folks, so if a hiccup or burp, apologize ahead of time. Pretty sure it came down in one piece. Alright, so we're into the descent flow right now, so hang on, let's get those checks going. Engine start switches to continuous. Again, that's up here, one click to the right. Fasten seat belts. We're going to go ahead and turn them on. And landing lights below 11,000. There you go, folks. We'll continue our descent. We're not that far out of St. Louis. If we go to a progress page, we're now 96 miles out. So there you have it, folks, as we approach St. Louis, Missouri. Feel free to put predictions in there. Why am I on only one viewer? Doesn't surprise me if one of these computers lock up when I'm on Twitch. But folks, feel free to come in, chat away in the chat room. Try to keep it civil. If not, well, you know, we'll take care of that if it does get that way. Put your predictions in. It's a asterisk predict, P-R-E-D-I-C-T. I have an example in here. P-R-E-D-I-C-T minus and your number, and we'll see who gets the closest. I've got mine in there as an example. Also have the METAR showing for St. Louis. Let me put the, see if we have a change. Yep, still the same. All right, so here we go, folks. Coming down through 21,000. We may have to steepen this up, possibly. Let me 10-15 miles. Well, we'll see. So you get an idea how the approach is going here. I've got it up on I know that may be small, but maybe once it transposes out, what I'm looking at looks small, but it may not be in reality. Okay, so Jake is 11,000 to 10,000. We're set for the lower altitude. Then the next thing, once we pass Jake, we'll set for 8,000, which will be Chodo at 8,000, and then 5,000, so we make fuel. But again, folks, if you like what you see, click follow here on Twitch. That'll let you know the next time we go live on Twitch. If you're watching from YouTube, which obviously you're not yet, we would love for a thumbs up and for you to click subscribe, so that way you get notified when we put a new video out. Alright, so we're coming over Jack here in 4 miles. We're about to cross 10,000 feet. Hang on a second here. Alright. Perfect. Alright, so we're going to set up to be able to slow this thing down. There's the decel.
$1,000 to go.
Alright, we're almost into where I can let the speed brakes loose. We'll set for 8,000. There we go. Let her nose down a little bit more and get us into that setup here. Okay, and at 10,000, of course, that means the lights come on. Okay. There we go, folks. We are on final. 4 minutes out, according to FedEx. And here we go. 5 miles out. Then we make our turn downwind, if you will. Granted, we're about 10 miles from the airfield at that point, but still. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and notch this in a little. Okay. Starting to get through those cloud layers. And boy, folks, I can tell you this much right now. Don't need a METAR to tell you it's windy. I can hear it howling out there. Granted, we're over by Mid-America Airport. That's on the Illinois side. If you're familiar with Scott Air Force Base, Mid-America Airport's co-located with it. All right, so here we go, down to 6. not going to notch in flaps yet. Actually, I'm going for 5,000. Okay, got the heading set. We'll be setting flaps here shortly. Alrighty, so folks, again, the VREF 149, 30 degrees flaps. So that'll put us about a 160 approach speed. We'll probably do that from grep. And we'll hope for the best. But if it's, well, tomorrow we're supposed to be rainy, so I won't be able to put any. Now, if you do go to our YouTube channel, hang on a second here. Here's the YouTube channel. You can see a couple of the aircraft landing this week there. We had a KC-46. All right, and we're doing good here on this on this side of the arrival. And little geography for those of us in St. Louis. This is the Missouri River, I believe. Hang on a second. Oh, let me get out of the plane real quick. Correction, the Missouri River is behind us. Missouri River, Illinois.
Thousand to go.
All right. Anyway, so you got the Mississippi and the Illinois River ahead of us. Missouri's behind us, where they split off the Mississippi. Mississippi's here, snaking out that way, Illinois that way. It kind of gives you an idea when you look at the gauges, the crab that's in place right now with the winds. Okay, again, we set at 5,000. So from here to here, we can be at 5,000 intercepting. So that's what we're going to do. Ooh, let's make sure. One last time here for y'all. Okay, that's what we're going to go. It's going to be fun, folks. It's a heck of a crosswind. Okay. Okay, we are now 5 hours into the stream, 2 flights, 40 minutes into this flight from takeoff, and we are ready to do the approach, which is altimeters are set, altitude set, ILS course not set. Stand by, coming in. 1089, 123. One oh eight nine. 1089. Okay, we got to get these set to 123. All right, folks. Whoa. Oh, that's right. Second, I thought we were turning way off course. All right, so we're going to go ahead. Okay, so we're set with the LNAV to go to the second inbound fix on there. I'm kind of waiting to see if it's actually taking it. It would if somebody would hit execute. .1089, double checking my frequencies. 1089. 1089, okay. Okay, approach. Continuing. V-card is set, flaps minimum set. Speed brakes will be armed here shortly. Auto brakes are armed. We'll put the landing gear down on touchdown. Nav 1 and 2 are set. Oh, we're not picking up the localizer yet. There we go. Make sure it's right. ILDZ. Perfect. Okay. Okay, we're firming up here shortly. As soon as we cross, we'll get 10 degrees flaps down, or 5. Airport in sight. All right, folks, so we're firming up here on the localizer. Let's go ahead and get that first notch of flaps in. Okay, we're starting. Okay, we're coming over right now. And really, my daughter's subdivision is like right up in this area here as we come through, but doesn't matter. All right, so here we go. Okay, currently we are 16 miles out. St. Louis traffic, FedEx 811, 16-mile final on the localizer, runway 12. Correction, 12 left, forgot. Okay, grabbing the ILS. We are fully established, 15 miles out. So we're going to get her slowed to 190 for now. And we lost the runway lights. I barely see it up there. Okay, so we're at 5 degrees flaps, 13 miles out. Slow to 180. Actually, gonna start slowing to 160. Here comes flaps 10. Long way out. That's as far as I'm going with flaps until we get within under 10 miles. Yeah, right out in here. Called the Newtown settlement out there. It's really neat. Really cool idea they came up with. But anyway, let's get back to what we're supposed to be in this sterile cockpit.
2,500.
Okay, we're going to flaps 15. Eight-mile final. St. Louis traffic, FedEx 811. Now 7-mile final, gear down, fully established, 12 left. I didn't know that was the alarm that my gear was up. Wow, that's weird. All right, 47 minutes from the time we took off. We are on final and bouncing around, coming in on the autopilot of all things. Okay, we're funneling in more flaps. Going flaps full and getting the spoilers armed. Okay. All right, folks.
Thousand feet, stabilized, Mr. Perch, altitude set.
Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow.
All right, it's my turn to bounce it around. Boy, do we have a wind.
Approaching minimums. 500.
Landing,
Minimums
attempting.
of conflict. 400.
Not sure where the traffic is. Ooh, let up on me.
300. 200.
Think rate. Think rate.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Oh yeah, we're going off the end.
$80 knots.
Well, folks, I wasn't far off, but it would have been nice to land it and stay on the runway. I'm not getting what's going on with this thing here lately. Again, it did the same thing. The reversers would not deploy. So, St. Louis traffic, FedEx 811, clear 30 left at the end. Yeah, the reversers wouldn't deploy. I had them down too. I mean, those throttles were closed. So I don't get what's going on with this. All right, folks, so we're taxiing in now. Should be a whole bunch of mud on my plane. Very weird. All right, well, we're going to go through the after landing. At least we didn't blow tires out. Or God forbid have to do it again. Okay, speed brakes need to come down. Let me see where we are in relation to where I need to go. Not that one. Okay, let me quickly switch so I know what taxiway to be watching for. Kilo. All right. First thing, that comes off, that comes off, that comes off. Okay, speed brakes. Down, flaps. Oh, come on. All right. Continuing on, probe heat can be turned off, as with the anti-ice. State trim, APU, go ahead and start. See how we're doing taxi-wise. Oh, a little frustrating, folks, sorry. I know it's because of the winds, but I don't get why this plane, again, did not. All I can think is that auto throttle's not turning off. Once the APU's on, weather radar's off, position lights steady. That is the one thing I forgot. And we can turn these guys off. All right. Well, folks, we did land at 216 feet a minute, which was 16 feet more per minute than I had predicted. Don't see any other predictions that came in. But again, the N1, we're going to have to work with this plane a little bit to find out if just turning the autopilot off is what's killing this. If I need to also reach up and grab the auto throttle. But if I remember how this scenery looked in screenshots, it's going to be wrong. Just a heads up. Because it's flipped. FedEx is down here on the left. UPS is on the right. So, you know, no complaints. Because, you know, it could have been horrible and nothing there like it was before. So, we'll park where, oh no, we'll head down where the FedEx equipment is, even though I know it's wrong. But the GA area looks good. I didn't get a look at the terminal because I was fighting the airplane to get it on the ground. Stay on the ground. I really can't tell. So, let's go ahead and bring it in. All right, let's just do this. Wonder if they're going to show any of the Boeing aircraft. I probably don't think they will. Right there's the Boeing folks, where they make the F-15, F-18s. Used to be in the complex over here. That's inaccurate. I'm not worried about that. But there's still stand, but it's Trans-States and GoJet. Maybe Envoy. Don't quote me on that one. But we're going to head down to the wrong area. Is that a stretch 8? No, that's a 57. For a second there, I thought they put a stretch 8 in here. Because UPS hasn't had that plane in years. All right, folks, we are in the cargo area. Welcome to Lambert International Airport here in St. Louis. Wish we could find some good routes into Mid-America. If and when, again, if more than when. Is that a 777? Hang on a second. I'll be doggone. That is a 777. Didn't know they came into St. Louis. Thought it was just MDs and 75s or Airbuses. My bad. But anyway, if one of my followers is the guy that made the scenery, I do like it. Just wish you would have flip-flopped the two. Beyond that, it's good scenery. And I don't know what it would take, because like I said, I could do this in FSX probably. Definitely not an X-plane yet. I don't even know the scenery to just do the layout, if there is one. Okay, we're going to go ahead and park next to this 777. I mean, I know I brought one in here every now and then, but not for the real FedEx. I'd only wish to be a real pilot with FedEx. And I'm sure the chief pilot of FedEx is going, after that landing, you ain't got a chance and snowball chance and you know where. All right, so let's get the landing lights off real quick while we're creeping along. All right, here we go, folks. Firming up on the line. There we go. We're going to step outside the airplane one more time. All right, we are in the blocks. Okay, let's set that parking brake so it doesn't creep on us. Okay, and let's go through the parking procedure. Parking brake set, APU bleed on, generators on. Fasten seatbelt off. Oop, little too low, sorry about that, folks. And engine start levers, we're on power. Okay, 2. To cut off, so that means we take them down to the bottom. Okay, transponder standby. We'll just kind of roll right down to it. All right, exterior lights, all of them off. They are. And wing lights are off. All right, so fuel pumps, all but one, which is the left aft, off. Probe heat off. Anti-ice off. Electric pumps off. And flight directors off. And real quick, ground services will hook up. Kind of funny looking at that 777. A little short. All right, folks, we're in St. Louis, as you can tell here. We're in the shutdown procedure. All we got to do now, bring up FedEx. I'm going to get rid of that, bring up FedEx. Okay, and all right, so with FedEx's ACARS system up, we're good to press stop. Don't have any comments. They got me at 115 feet a minute, so I must have bounced several times, I'm sure. I wonder if I can log 7 landings. But anyway, we're going to log the report as is. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to St. Louis. Folks, this has been a great time streaming. I hope to be able to do more multi-flight runs. I got to get it down a little better, so bear with me as I try to get this figured out more and watch people like 757 Spy or Spy 757, however you say it, and a couple of others that like doing multiple legs, so I can get a feel for what I need to do. But overall, folks, this was actually kind of fun. Something I used to do when I first started flight simming back in the early 2000, late 90s, early 2000 time frame. Once I got a feel for it, granted we weren't using, well, actually I thought you could turn the PMDG 7.4. Maybe I'm wrong. And but I could turn the aircraft and fly another route. I loved it. Here it's a little more challenging because of the trying to interact with an audience, so and trying to get it right. So, but anyway, we got that filed with FedEx. We really appreciate everyone that follows the channel both here on Twitch and our channel on YouTube. Feel free, folks. I'll put the link in there again for YouTube. Stand by. Hang on, I'm a little behind the time here, folks. There we go. I will be posting both flights up to there separately, obviously. Hey, Mason, how are you? Welcome. We just wrapped up some pretty fun flights here and doing 2 of them here, if you weren't following. But hey, welcome back aboard. Haven't seen you in a while. Folks, the Discord I will put up there one more time for those of you that want to join us over there. If you want some good flying, man, come out here to the U.S. Indianapolis, St. Louis, I'm sure Memphis, Kansas City, maybe O'Hare. Well, you would expect O'Hare. It's the Windy City. We got some pretty good crosswinds out here to do some landings on. The METAR in St. Louis right now. 190 at 20. That's actually a little better when you're landing on the 1-2s, but it's still gusting to 33. And I'm here to tell you, it's not easy. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks, we'll, if you watch the YouTube channel, you see I get about 30 to 40, 30 to a minute video put out there from where I work at Mid-America. Watching them land. We had a KC-46 a couple days ago. F-22s took off. We have F-15s from McDonnell Douglas, or Boeing, I'm sorry, right here in St. Louis. They're doing some stuff there at our airport. Try to get y'all some videos up there of them. The fun times at Mid-America is when that crosswind like yesterday is there. It just funnels down taxiway Kilo, and the KC-135s, when they're landing on 1-4 left, just, they get a little squirrely, and they get us in the firehouse also a little squirrely, thinking, oh God, they're going to crash. So we'll try and get those up to YouTube. But folks, I got to wrap this up. Been on the air now almost 5.5 hours, 2 flights to my credit. Well, thank you. And praise God for that, because boy, first flight into Indy blew the tires, which I still don't get what's going on with Zibo right now. Here, we almost did a go around here as well. So, y'all have a great rest of your Hump Day Wednesday. And we are going to try to be on Friday. I forgot what we're flying Friday. To be totally honest, it's been a crazy week. Friday. Oh, Singapore to Guangzhou. So Whiskey Sierra Sierra to Zulu Golf Golf Golf. That ought to be a fun flight as well. And if we get the time on Saturday, we're going to fly Auckland to my first time ever flying on the sim into Fiji. Nadia, Fiji, on the Fiji Islands. So that's what's coming up this week. Work schedule dictates why I can't fly the other days. So y'all have a great Wednesday, and we'll see you next time. And as always, thanks for flying with Mike, and God bless.
St. Louis traffic, commute air 4330, Embraer 145, taxi runway 12 right via Charlie, crossing runway 24, St. Louis.